This is Dirshu Mishnah Berurah. Today we're going to be continuing Simin Lamed Ches, and we're going to learn Siv Hey through the beginning of Siv Ches. Says the Mechaber in Siv Hey, Avel b'yoyim rishon and Avel. On the first day of his Avilos, Asr l'niach Tefilin, he's not allowed to put on Tefilin. Mikan veilach, from that day and onward, Chayiv afilu ba'al panu chadashis. Regardless of whether there are new people that are coming to visit him for his Avelos or not, after the first day, he is obligated to put on his tefillin. Says Mishnah Berurah, Sif Katan Tev Zayin b'yom rishon Pirish, what is the reason? Afilu b'yom shenikbar sheniyam amisa. Even the day of burial, even if it's not necessarily the day of Misa, Kimishu yom rishon la'avelos u'menachamim, since it is the first day of Avelos, and the day that they console him, Valkin, and therefore afilim nikbar b'layil, even if they buried at night, lo yinich tefillin b'yoyim, you should not put on tefillin at day. However, misa nikbar b'chol ha'mayid. Let's say the death or burial wasn't a chol ha'mayid, and yinich tefillin bein b'chol ha'mayid. Then you do put on tefillin. V'aprim gadim seven ayin av. And fakli was that. What's the difference if it's a chol ha'mayid? The reason why the first day you don't put on tefillin, as we'll see, is because it's a yomar, it's a bitter day. Don't make a bracha. He says Mishnah Berurah, as we've seen, regardless, says Mishnah Berurah, you don't make a bracha on tefillin and chol hamayid. Even though it's the first day of Avelos, since it's not the day that it all happened, he's already been consoled, and therefore you're not going to have this din of not putting on tefillin because there was a bunch of days in between, the days of chol hamayid, the days of Yom Tif. Therefore, you would yes put on tefillin on that first day of Avelos. And similarly, if the burial was on the second day of Yom Tov, you yes would put on tefillin on Nisru Chag. The Yom Tov Sheni Yom Tov Sheni counts the days of 7. That's considered day 2. And similarly, let's say you heard the Hainu. What does that mean? You heard that it's within 30 days. That one of the relatives were nifter. That's the same din. And again, the idea that we're seeing over here is that the reason you don't put on tefillin is because it's a yom mar, it's a bitter day, it's a very, very difficult day, the day of the burial, the first day of Avelos, the day in which one hears that a relative was nifter, etc. And even if it's a shmua kraiva that comes to the person, continues Mishnah Berurah, kishekavari near tefillin. Let's say you already are wearing tefillin, and during davening you receive the unfortunate news that someone was nifter. You take off the tefillin right away. Let's say you heard that more than 30 days ago someone was nifter. Such a scenario, the Avelos is only for 1 hour. Says the Mishnah Berurah, then mutar laniach tefillin, you're allowed to put on tefillin. And certainly you do not have to take off the tefillin. Therefore, let's say you find out in the middle of Psukkah Zimra, tefillin, don't take them off. Take off your shoes because of Avelos. But in such a scenario, you will not take off your tefillin. Let's say you come to cry, right away you have to take them off. That one is not allowed to be crying while wearing his tefillin. Says Mishnah Berurah, if Katan Yadayin is also to wear tefillin, also the tefillin ikran pe'er, because the tefillin are called pe'er, beauty, b'pasing ba'avel, ma'ilul be'efer, and avel is filled with dirt. And you can't put a pe'er, you can't put the beauty of tefillin on top of ashes and dirt. But from that day and onward, from here we learn out that what is the ikr mirirus, what is the main point of bitterness of Avelos, that is on the first day. So only on the first day is the day that one cannot wear tefillin. Afterwards he does. Afterwards, if katim yotasi is chayiv mashma da chayiv miyad, sounds like he's obligated right away. V'yish paiskim. There are those paiskim that say diviyim sheni on the second day ein laniach koydem anetz. You shouldn't put on tefillin before an eitz, even though generally we know you're allowed to put on tefillin before an eitz. You're allowed to put on tefillin once it is aloisa shacher. But says Mishnah Berurah, on the second day of Avelos, one should not put on tefillin before an eitz. Al-Kain, therefore, should wait to put them on until after Neitz. And the Mechaber concluded that even if Panuch Hadashes, there are new people coming to visit him, Sefkat and Chaf, Lanachim Masay to console him. It sounds like you put them on the Chatzchila. The Achronim say that when a new guest, a new person is coming to comfort the one who is sitting Shiva, you should not put on the tefillin right in front of them. But you don't take it off. You don't take it off if you already put it on. Of course, nowadays, that we only wear a tefillin during Shemona Esrei, during Kriya Shema, this halacha is not as common. Says the Mechaber in Tzevav, B'Tisha B'Av, Chayiv Tefillin, right? Like one Sim Tavkov Nun. Hey, we just had this very recently, and the Mishnah Berurah over here speaks out, and Sevgadon Chaval, you're Chayavim Tefillin. Why? Dolchamer Tisha B'Av Mishayim Me'avelos. Tisha B'Av is no more stringent than a regular day of Avelos. Says Mishnah Berurah, Sevgadon Zayin Chasin V'Shashvinav. A chasan and those that are attending to him and those that are helping him. Pirush says the Ramah, the friends that are rejoicing with him, but everyone in the chuppah Peturin are part of putting on tefillin. Why? Because it's common to get drunk and to be lightheaded, which you're not allowed to do in your tefillin. Says Mishnah Berurah, this is only in the place of the chuppah. Because that was the area in which they had this high level of drunkenness and levity. Their Paturim says Bishvurus of Kadun Chav Gimel B'Tshuvas Ramah Simukov Lamabez because of the inner nowadays. Sha'af Achasan Chayiv Kriyish Ma'at Tefillah. An important detail. Many people learn the Gemara that a Chasan doesn't say Shema, and they pass him from the Gemara, but they forget that the Tshuvas Ramah. This is indeed how we pass him. That nowadays you have a Chasan has to say Shema and put on Tefillah and say Shrom and Esrei. K'mo Shekasav B'Simin Ayin. Memela, and following that detail, if they're going to say Shema and Shron Esrei Chayav and Achaz v'Chob and Echobek on Tefillin, they're also obligated to put on Tefillin Ayin Sham. He's unsure about this. Dinu Mitzadid lives like a Shulchan Aruch of Tefillin based on Mishnah that a Chazan is part from wearing Tefillin at the time of the party. Kamlin Tefillin, and so too davening. Hamekel Kedas Rashi lived there based on Mishnah, one who is Mekel like Rashi to Patra during the party. Lo Yehifsid him a Chasan Mesiv Atzlam does not lose if the Chasan is right there. It does have a mitzvah Das Rashi because that is the mitzvah with the Chasan there. Avam Divrei Agoin B'Berurah Mashra She'ein Lahakal Linyan Tefillah. One should not be Mekel regarding to Shemona Esrei. Poshikazu Beisiv Sim Reish Lamed Beis. Vayid V'Les Tamim Berachad Yosef Kazu Demisbashet Amina Karamba Sha'Chasan Nakol Siyatay Kairin Umanichan Tefillin. This, of course, is what we do. They say Shema, they put on Tefillin, Mispalim, Yom Rishon, Ad Yom HaShvi, all 7 days, they have to daven. Perhaps a chassan might not have to daven with a minion. It's a different discussion. If he should be leaving his new wife without a shemer, etc. But there he is obligated to say Shema, he's obligated to put on Tefillin and to say Shemona Esrei. We conclude today's shir with the beginning Sif Ches, in which the Mechaber says, Koitzvei Tefillin Mezuzos, when he writes Tefillin and Mezuzos, Hey, Metagarei, those who sell, and those who sell, and those who sell, those who sell, and everyone who's involved in this holy pursuit, it's part of putting on Tefillin aside for the time of Kriya Shema and Tefillah. And says the Rama over here, they make a profit, but still they're involved in Melacha Shemayim. V'davka, specifically in Iker Kavanasam. Says Mishnah Berurah, be careful. Your main intent has to be Kedei Lamsiyan Limkar Lamisha Tzarech Lam to sell to someone who needs them. Aval Mikra Kavanasam Rak L'Shtaker. He just wants to make money. Lo Mikri Oisek B'Mitzrah. And that's probably a klal in all Oisek B'Mitzvah. If you're doing it for ulterior motives, it does not help. You have to be doing it for the appropriate reasons. But Tagarehem, HaKoinim and HaKoinim, those who buy from those who sell, Limkar Al Yidei Yad, have the same halacha. And in Mir Hashem, we'll pick it up from the Ramah and Sif Ches in the next year, B'siyata Dishmaya.